In this class, we are going to talk about numeric data and the numeric operators. As we discussed in the previous class, a variable can store different values inside it, and it can change throughout the program's execution. Numbers are essential data in any program that can be stored in variables. There are different data types of variables that can store numbers. We will start with integers. An integer or int type is a whole number, such as 1, 5, 1350, or -34. 1.5, on the other hand, is not an integer because it has a decimal point. Numbers with decimal points are floating point numbers, and they are from the data type float. Even 1.0 is a floating point number and not an integer. Floating point numbers are numbers with a decimal point or an exponent or both. Examples are 5.0, 10.24, 0.0, 12 point, and 0.3. We can use scientific notation to denote very large or very small floating point numbers. For example, we can write the number 3.8 times 10 to the power 15 as 3.8e15 or 3.8e plus 15. Let's create two different variables. The first one to store your age and should be an integer. The second one to store your height in meters and should be float. To find the data type of variable in Python, you use the type function. A function is a block of code which only runs when it's called. You can pass data, known as parameters, into a function. A function can return data as a result. We will talk later in depth on functions. To use the type function, place the variable inside the type function and Python will return the data type. Try it on the variables we created previously. Let's delete the previous cell. To quickly delete a cell, select the cell, then click the keyboard letter D twice. There are many numeric operators we can apply for integers or float data, starting with the basic addition by using the plus sign. Note that if you add two integers, the answer is integer, as you can see. And the same thing applies to float numbers. But when you add float to an integer, the answer will always be float as it's shown. We can do subtraction by using the minus sign. For multiplication, we can use the star sign. Note that the same rules apply for subtraction and multiplication in terms of the answer data type. We use the slash sign for division, and the answer will always be float. One of the useful operators in Python and other programming languages is the modulus operator, which has the sign %. It divides left-hand operand by the right-hand operand and returns remainder as the answer of this operation. Let's try 5 modulus 2. As you can see, the remainder of 5 divided by 2 is 1. We can perform exponential or power calculations on operators. by using 2 stars, just like this example. The last numeric operator we are going to learn is the floor division, which has the sign 2 slashes. This operator applies normal division, but the result is the floor, which means that the digits after the decimal points are removed. Try playing around with these numerical operators using the 2 different numeric data types we learned today. See you in the next video.